What is going on, everyone? My name is Boit, and I'm back with some more Age of Mythology. The Titans action spawning in the red color playing as Uranus. His name is Fox. In the teal color playing as Loki, his name is Joe. And in the green color playing as Thor, his name is Shelty. Together they make DoD. Their opponents today in the yellow color playing as Loki, his name is Grass. In the purple color playing as Uranus, his name is Miracle. And in the blue color playing as Thor, his name is Count Von Count. The map is Arctic Craters. And this is game number 4. Match point for JSS. They win this one, they win the tournament. Cha-ching, as they say. JSS has been playing very well so far. They came up with a very, very nice strategy to steal game number 2. They played incredibly well in game number 3. They're switching their composition up. Nullus is subbed out for Grass in this one. Grass, Count, Miracle. DoD not subbing anyone out, using the same players. I do think that subbing players out in these sorts of situations, if you've got a really strong, deep team, is really well worth it, because there is this sort of thing, this thing that's not talked about in tournaments, and that is fatigue. Fatigue is a real thing in these sorts of tournament games. You guys might think it's a video game. You don't get tired from playing. It's an RTS. This is, I think, arguably the highest. You need the highest attention span in RTS games opposed to anything else. You've got League of Legends. You can kind of play like MOBAs all day and every day. You don't really have to. Sure, you have to concentrate a little bit, but you can kind of. It's not that big of a concentration process. FPS, obviously, there's some like hyper focus you need to see the little things going on, but in terms of APM and in terms of like physically exhausting games, RTS is one of those ones. So JSS, I like sharing it around. I like what they're doing here. They've given everyone a couple of games here in this finals, and everyone kind of knows what they need to do here. So we'll see how it's all going to go. I am surprised to see Miracle on this one. Miracle playing Uranus here. I'm used to seeing him on the Hades. Obviously, he plays a decent Atlantean as well. Most top players play and most top team game players play a decent Atlantean. It's not that hard to do, but we'll see if he's going to be able to be the pillar that he was in that last game with Hades here in this one. But we'll see how it's all going to go. But both teams picking the same gods here. I did say this a little bit pre-game that if you're thinking about what the best possible god to pick is in a tournament game, in a team game, you have to be thinking that your opponents are kind of thinking the same thing. Unless you're going for a meta strategy. So if I come into this and I go, you know what, huge map, Arctic Craters, surely I'm going to see I'm going to see a Thor, I'm going to see a Loki, I'm probably going to see an Atlantean. That's what I'm thinking. I'm very rarely going to see a Greek here. So I can go, you know what? If there's no Greek here, maybe we might be able to pull off some sort of cheese. And one god here, one god composition that I haven't seen yet, which I think is incredibly strong, is Gaia, Odin, Thor. Now, I believe Odin was banned here in this one, so you don't get to see Gaia, Odin, Thor. So you might have to go in with something a little bit different. And one other strategy here that's very, very good is to counter this specific composition. I'm gonna dub it as the anti-Loki strategy, and it's Gaia, Zeus, Thor. Idea being that the Zeus player goes up quite quickly to the classical age and then plants their military academies nice and close here. Yes, it takes walking time here to get there, but you're going to be supported by the Gaia player in terms of resources to pump units out, and then you can do your Gaia forest fire strategy to kind of blow the Loki player out of the game. Very, very strong, especially with the restoration as well to help out when the rest of the teams kind of come in and converge on one position there as well to try and defend. But that didn't happen. And instead, we're going to have a very, very raid-heavy game. Now, if you're in these sorts of situations and you're up against a raid-heavy god, don't take risks with your villagers. These sort of positions here with your citizens, that's scary. Luckily, Miracle here is in the pocket, but luckily they're in the pocket here, but I mean, I would be concerned here with these citizens being out that far. Obviously, the wood situation is kind of dire on this map anyways, but you really want to be as secure and safe as you possibly can. As we do see first engagement here from Grass, gets the Hearser out, targeting down the house here, and Shelty's going to come out with his own Hearser defend. Now, it is Loki versus Thor, so there's slight advantage here for the Loki in the early game, but Shelty is one of the best Norse players in the game, so he shouldn't have all too many troubles dealing with Grass here in this one, as the troll comes through, getting a couple of rock throws in as he retreats back. Does see that relic coming through, which is the Tusk of the Iron Boar. That's going to be really, really big for him. He's actually now going to be making some raiding cavalry, as Joe's going to come up and try and match the Loki here for the time being. On the bottom side of the map, however, I think this is a little bit unfortunate here for JSS, because they've got their Thor matching up against the Uranos. And this should be advantage Uranos here most of the time on a map like this, because you can just raid. But we already see the walls up here. Count Von Count knows how important defensive play is here, and I like this. He's fully walled up. He has a slight gap here, but it's going to be completely fine as the unit's moving across. We also see a catapult out here. Fox likes this. He likes that early catapult, and he manages to snipe a raiding cavalry there in the early stages of the game. Great start here for Fox, as more raiding cavalry coming in, but Count Von Count does notice that. On this position, we also see the villagers in a nice defensive spot there with the manors. Still, you got to be really, really careful. Just be really, really careful here in this game is the name of it. Now, Forest Fire here, for example, to open this position up would be very, very nice. We do see both Shelty and Count Von Count have that. There's also double medium gold mines in the base here, and Count Von Count's taking kind of the safe gold on the top side of the map instead of this gold here first, which could be a bit of a problem as the unit's pushing forward. With that one catapult out, this is kind of a scary army here. Like, for those of you who don't know, catapults do 5 damage per second, but they've got 200% bonus damage. So this is a 15 damage per second unit in the early stages of the game. It's really, really good against those raiding cavalry. It's something we don't see all too much from Uranos players, because Uranos players only know how to build Mermillo and Terma. So this is really, really nice to see. I'm excited to see if it's going to work out for Fox here in this one or not. As Grass now swinging around on this spot. Going to be looking for a little bit of damage here, as the Ulfsark does end up getting sniped down. And we'll see how things are going to go here. Joe's a very strong defensive player here. He's got his villagers up on this spot. He's got a troll over here. I would love to see a handful of Hearser waiting on this spot. Obviously, he sees the Hearser over here, so he can kind of engage this one. It's 7 Hearser for... I can't tell. 7 Hearser for someone and 6 for someone else. 1 Hearser going down is the micro. A little bit better for Grass on that one, as he's just going to be popping in and out. He did have 1 more Hearser on that location, so a bit easier to micro if you have more units there, as the Army of Miracle coming through. And this is what we were talking about. These villages a little bit out of position here, as the purple units of Miracle a little bit distracted on this spot. But Fox decides not going to waste his time taking out a mana there. Town Center coming up for Fox on this spot as well, as the raid's coming through here. Fox not paying attention. The citizens retreating back, but beautiful surround there from Fox. From Count Von Count, as the Fox Shockwave needs to come through on that spot. As meanwhile, still little bits of skirmishes on this angle here. And we do see Grass coming through with the Forest Fire getting dropped down onto this spot here. The mana will go down. This mana over here going to go down here. This is 3 citizens that are going to be attempting to make a break for it here. The Hearser coming in an attempt to defend. Jumping into this mana. It looks like the Forest Fire just not enough to take out the mana there, as the army of Count Von Count coming through here to defend. And it looks like there is too much here for JSS. Shockwave coming down to prevent that retreat in, as a lot of units going to come through, but the citizen retreating into the home base there as well, as some units coming through onto this spot, going to be denying the Fox Town Center from coming in. JSS is all over the map here at the moment. Joe's Hearser are plentiful here though, and Count's going to have to retreat back. The Hearser of Grass trying to get some good damage done as well, as Shelty here does manage to turn around, get a little bit of damage done onto that spot there, as this little raid here does get put to rest. Now we get that little bit of a rest coming through. Fox still going to attempt to get this town center up, but Miracle is in with a handful of units here, and we do see Shelter getting some good damage done. The Herser of Grass, they are Loki Herser, got to be careful not to allow a Myth unit spawn here, but the Valkyrie going to be a little bit of a bait here, it seems, as Shelter managed to take down both those Herser. Going to continue putting more damage, more pressure onto Miracle here. Is Miracle not paying attention? His citizens get pulled away from the manor ever so slightly. Will this be a dead citizen? It's going to be close. He's making a run for the town center as he does get that little teleportation into the town center there as well. As Fox still searching around, we do see the Herser coming in for Grass to target this position down. The town center attempting to come up. We do see a handful of units here. Grass here going to attempt to put some pressure on, but plenty of stuff on this position there as the Miracle units do end up getting taken down, and Fox finally gets a second town center up. Shelter's got a second town center up. Count Von Count's getting his own town center up. Miracle's in a bit of a troubled position after all of the pressure he has sustained here. So he can't get anything through there. And Grass at the moment, he's also got nothing in. Now the question is JSS doing a sling strategy here? Let's have a quick look. Is anyone doing any slinging? No. JSS is aware. I talked to kind of Count Von Count about how strong this is. If you've got a Loki player and you've got an Atlantean player on your team, you sling food or you sling resources over to that Loki player. You send them to that heroic age and allow them to be absolutely gigantic. You could also get the Thor player to do that as well if they get left alone. But good raids here from Joe. Not going to be allowing any of that as the Scardis are coming through here at the moment. And there's not really much defense here at the moment here. There are a handful of Herser here that can distract while those villagers do get to safety here as well. As Count Von Count search around on the back. No villagers over here just yet. As Joe's searching for something to take out there. We'll see if they can find those villagers that are sneaking up into the back position. Grass is being very, very dangerous on that hunt there. And does Joe notice it? No, he misses that one there. He misses the hunt. Unfortunate there, but Grass getting away with murder to some degree here. Walls are up on this spot as well, trying to get those up on that corner there as we got Grass now under attack here from Shelty, going after that forward gold mine there as well. Meanwhile, on this position, the Miracle units coming through. Joe searching around for things to attack as we see the Bragi coming through now for Grass and Groom. We'll see how things are going to go for him if he can make that one work. There is going to be a Frost available, so that Flaming Weapons is not going to be that useful here right away, but there will be access to Fimbulwinter Flaming Weapons type ideas as a marker coming up for Joe. Joe can do the same thing, but, you know, I'm kind of... While I do like the idea of Fenris Wolves here in this situation, the raid's going to be very, very strong. I think the Nidhogg is going to be even better because it's not a great counter to it. Yes, there is a potential for Stymphalian birds, but I don't know if Miracle even wants to do that. Nice raid here from Joe. Does manage to snipe that citizen. Going to be able to retreat away there as well. Get out of there after all is said and done. We do see the Count Von Count raids now hitting Joe's gold villages, but Joe reacts to that one very, very quickly. Tier now on the way here for Joe. Heavy infantry on the way here for Count Von Count. But how much is this going to do is the big question. Do you click Flaming Weapons? Do you click Fimbulwinter at the same time? Do you just click Fimbulwinter and hold that Flaming Weapons for a little bit later as the Miracle Citizen trying to get that town center up? And they will be able to get it up here. I mean, Joe's just slowing it down for the time being here, but he's not quite going to be able to put a stop to it there as there's just too many units at the moment. As Grass pushes this one back, we do see the shockwave on this position as the town center is getting targeted down. Where's the defense here? There's no units here. Great find from Shelty to put the pressure on. Grass is coming through to get that damage in. The town center is barely staying alive here. It's getting close. It does go down. The great attack from Shelty, but it does lose a lot of units for it as he's going to be retreating out. That does stop that does stop the heroic age from coming in. Baldur is on the way now for Shelty as the tier is on the way for both Grass and Joe, but it's going to come in first and foremost here for Joe. And is he going to go for an attack straight away? That's the big question. He's putting the pressure over here. Tier almost through. And how much favor in the bank here for Joe? He's got 100 favor. I want to see him make Fenris Wolf Broods here to target down these villages and everything else. I think it's so strong. That being said, there is going to be a Bragi to kind of put a counter on that one, but you can kind of just retreat away from it and go and attack someone else. so to speak, as the grass units here search around for villagers to kill off. There's the flaming weapons. Fimbulwinter getting dropped down. The units here for Miracle need to retreat away as these Hersa of Joe are going to get a lot of damage here. And all of the Feminist Wolves getting some huge amounts of damage over here. And not only that, with Balder coming through, hitting this position here. Count cancelled his... Wait, did someone... No, Count's now going Bragi. Okay, Balder, excuse me. Count's now going Balder. Shelty is already in the Mythic Age, but he is under a lot of pressure here. He's trying to get those dwarves out. He's trying to get the villagers out as well, but the Hersa coming through for grass. I think you almost have to click Ragnarok straight away here if you're Shelty, as the Rags does come through. How much does he have? He's got 213. It's a really small amount as grass clicks the Fimbulwinter as well. Too little too late there. The Rag Heroes are going to be making their way across the map. Is there going to be a defense available here for JSS? Count 2 town centers. How many villages does he have? Doesn't have that many villages at all. This is going to be a very, very messy situation coming here. There is still a flaming weapons available for grass, but there's a frost available as well. Helios coming through for Fox here to join in on the action, as well as the army of Shelty about to crash through. Balder just about to click here for Count Von Count. I don't know if he needs to click it straight away because he's not really under any crazy pressure. It's just grass who needs to figure out how he's going to defend this. There's the frost getting dropped down by Count Von Count. A couple of more units still coming through here. This is going to only slow down the army of DoD ever so slightly. These Rag Heroes are really, really strong. Grass dropping his flaming weapons here. Do you put Frost in? I kind of feel like you do, in a way, if you're Shelty here, but he's not doing it. Maybe going to hold that for the Rag Heroes of Count Von Count as an idea, because after all is said and done, flaming weapons here, what does it really put these units up to? 19.2 damage per second versus the Rag Hero 6.5 damage per second. They've got more HP. Not quite more HP, but they've got more armor. They've got nearly as much damage. So it's kind of equal in a way in terms of like the trades where that's concerned. As the DoD retreating back on this side with Count Von Count, ready to put pressure into Fox. Fox now getting palaces up and attempting to stand on this location. But the raid coming through for grass. This raid is absolutely gigantic. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 citizens down. Big blunder here from Fox. No defense on that gold mine there. No palaces up, no manners up. He loses so much, such a small raid there. But Grass's town center is now getting taken down. Grass is going to be in a very, very tough position here. Count's going to have to carry. Miracle's going to have to carry. There is a Helios available here, but Fox is on the big defense. Frost onto this would be big. That's a lot of units onto one position here. That's not quite there. We'll see how it's going to go. Town center on the back going down there. Fox is in a very, very tough... He's got no units back. He can make Fanatics here, but can he get the resources out here? What's Joe doing? Joe's got nothing really in the back. He's made the Fenris Wolves, so he is searching for villagers. But, what do you do with it? You have to kill off Miracles, Town Centers, and everything else and make some sort of a trade here. Base trade, so to speak. Start running your villagers. Start running them, because those Rag Heroes, they're going to push through everything very, very quickly here. As the Fenris Wolves are searching for something up on this top position here, the Rag Hero is searching around as well, as the Hersa of Joe do manage to find the Dwarves of Grass. Everyone is just saying, it's going to be a bloodbath. That's how this game is going to end. Shelty does drop the Frost onto this position. That's going to buy a little bit of time. More Fenris Wolves coming out for Joe, as he does spot these manners up on this spot here. Villagers going to be retreating away here, as the Fenris Wolves say, no. These are very, very fast Wolves, and those are very, very dead citizens here. Great play here from Joe, still getting those villager kills in, but Count is on 4 town centers. Shelty's only on 2 town centers at the moment. The Fox citizens here, how many does he have remaining here? That's the question. He's only got 11 villagers here. He does have a decent amount of army here, but what's he going to do with it? Do you even try and defend this at the moment is the big question. I think the answer is no, as the Fenris Wolves coming up onto this spot here needs to take out town centers, take them on this spot and get some sort of a base trade happening at the moment there. As we do see the Frost is finished. We've got a couple of units coming through for Shelty in an attempt to defend over here. The Stimfalienbird is really, really good at defending on these positions here. As Shelty coming back, how this is the population differential here? Shelty's at 139 and Count is at 204. So a huge advantage here for Count, but Fox should be getting himself some fanatics here. Grass grabbing a town center on this back position here as well, as Fox says, no, not going to allow that. There's some fanatics coming out as well here as the units here of Joe managed to find some more grass villagers on this spot, continuing to take that economy out. The Fenris Wolves coming through here. Joe not paying attention. There's some citizens there that he does end up missing here as he's going to come back up onto this spot here. 8 Fenris Wolves do so much damage here as the Rag Heroes of Count do manage to win on this fight. They have the same stats here, so I've got the same upgrades basically there. But after all is said and done, Count is at 176 pop. Shelty is at 42 population. So JSS is in the driver's seat, so to speak. Joe's on 0 town centers, but he can grab some back town centers up here if he really wants to. He's probably lost a lot of villages. He's trying to retreat away here. He didn't run those villages early enough, so Graz is going to be putting some stops to that, but he's running over to Miracle, who's got a very, very safe base here. He's making some siege here. He's going to go for some sort of a Helios Vortex play here. Those Fenris Wolves can take out town centers, man. They are very, very good at doing that. Houses coming up over here, long houses coming up over here as Joe is going to attempt to make this work. Meanwhile, Fenris Wolves coming up onto this position can take out the town centers of Count on Count and prevent any sort of reboom here. Is a great play. There's the Helios Vortex here from Fox as he's going to take this position out, but that will give Count the green light to just walk in and take out this base here. There's really not that much on this position here as the fire siphons cleaning that one up. They're going to be able to clean up a whole bunch more. The Fenris Wolves, it's not time to go after Count. You need to push Miracle out of this game here as Miracle finds the side build on that position, takes those Herser out. The Dwarves still searching around for things to grab here, but there's just units literally scattered all across the map. Count's still got these town centers on the front and in the center of the map. The Helios units coming through, but Miracle is on the case now. He's going to come through and take these units out. This game is so absurdly close here, but now Shelty is going to be under attack. What does Shelty have to say for himself here on this position? He's got 12 population. Where is his population gone? He lost everything here. It's just Joe remaining here with some Fenris Wolves. He needs to kill every little bit of villager off here as he does manage to pick off an ox cart there, but that's about it. Another Vortex coming in to take down Count on Count's town centers. Count at this point, 150 pop. You've still got to somehow deal with those Rag Heroes. Yes, the Fox Mythic Gauge Fanatics will be enough to take out those Rag Heroes eventually, but on 1 town center and 6 citizens, it's going to be a very, very tough thing for him to deal with. As, I mean, Grass here is still managing to do quite a lot with very, very little. How many villages does Grass have at the moment? He's got 0 villages here, but 67 population. And Herser are our economy. They are economy going to get myth units out there. And Joe's still searching around. I mean, he's got to commit to just taking out a town center. Those Fenris Wolves, they don't have any crush damage, but they're doing 40 damage per second at the peak boost. That takes that town center down incredibly quickly here. As the units up on this position, do see Miracle here trying to take this fight here, but he just does not have the advantage on this position. Miracle has got enough Terma out. He's got enough units here. Those Fire Siphon are not very good there either. As I mean, just attack Miracle! Just attack him! Stop searching for anything else. I know he doesn't have omniscience like me, but Miracle's on 2 town centers. You could put him down to 0 town centers. Ah! As the Stimfalienbird's getting taken out, we do see Grass is now joining in onto this position. This spot is still very defensive. These Dwarves still searching for something to attack. Something to mine, I should say. But the Fenris Wolves here still getting built out for Joe. Does he have any hearse or any infantry units? Yes, he does. He's getting this town center up. That's going to be a big thing for him. But it does look like DoD is now pushed back into a very, very small position. Count now trying to get villages out. Nope, he's down to 1 town center. He doesn't have any population. It looks like he loses lots of houses. No. And Fox decides to tap out here. The game is over. GG. I don't think this is tap out worthy. I don't think that DoD realizes how absolutely destroyed JSS is and how much value these wolves can get by just literally right-clicking on this town center and right-clicking on this town center. Yes, there is a strong Miracle army here, but Miracle is only in the classical age. Fanatics are so obscenely strong here that all he needs is some food. All he needs is some Fanatics, and I don't think the JSS are in a spot that can win. Count on Count's army, score looks really good, but he's got nothing. He's got nothing remaining. Yes, there's a handful of units here, but he can't do anything with these units. You can boom back up here. This game is still, you just have to attack. This was a really, really nice game played by JSS, though. I mean, this was a great game played by DoD. And in the end, congratulations here for JSS taking the tournament here, winning in 4 games. A solid tournament showing from JSS, showing why they're one of the strongest. They are the strongest team currently in Asian mythology, winning this Phoenix Reborn 2 tournament here, taking the prize money home with them. I mean, solid game here. I want to say a big thanks to everyone involved in this tournament, with big shout outs to AOL Iron Maiden and for fuck's sake for helping behind the scenes, making everything so easy. Big shout out to Reddy for the help with the Liquipedia. That's got all your information, all the little bits, little tidbits and all the other stuff. And a huge thank you to you viewers out there for tuning in and saying good day and putting giving your support to these sorts of games, because if it's not without, if it wasn't for you, these sorts of games would not be able to happen. And in the end, if you do enjoy these games, you do enjoy these sorts of tournament games, definitely hit the follow button on Twitch and the subscribe button on YouTube, and you'll never miss another one. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching. Peace.